your girl Tay, and I'm here with an Instacart update. So, funny thing is, but before I get into that, as always, you guys definitely make sure you smash the like button, comment down below, subscribe if you haven't already, plus push your post notification bell button so that way anytime I upload a video, y'all will be notified. So, outside of that, I actually forgot I had hours today. I had already started doing Uber Eats for this weekend. Today is Saturday, the 10th of August, and I had already started doing Uber Eats. I want to see how much I can make in just these 3 days, Friday to Sunday, which you guys will see the video of that either tomorrow night or Monday at some time. But anyways, so I completely forgot. I thought I had canceled all of my Instacart hours, which come to find out I actually didn't. So I didn't realize until they sent me that message that you get about 15-30 minutes before you're supposed to schedule your shift that says don't forget you have a shift starting at 11. And I'm like, oh my god, if I cancel now I'm gonna get a reliability incident, and I already have one that I'm trying to get rid of, so I definitely don't want to have two. It takes so long for those things to get taken off. You have to be working 30 days consecutively, and right now I think I have to still do 14 more days consecutively. So for me it was just like, you know what, I was going to take the L and just go ahead and get the reliability incident, but I really don't, because I'm so close to my kids getting ready to go back to school. They start school actually this week. All of my older children, they start school on Monday, and then my daughter, my other daughter, my youngest daughter, she starts school on Thursday. So everybody is already, getting ready to go back to school, and I definitely don't want to miss out on any opportunities to make as much money as I can make with the Instacart platform while they're in school. So you guys are definitely going to see a lot more videos from me regarding that, because I'll have a lot more flexibility and be able to move around and travel a bit more. Outside of that, so let me just tell you guys really quickly how today went. Nothing too exciting. I started out, I was actually doing Uber Eats at the same time, because usually for me, whenever I start my shift, unless it's really, really busy, it takes about 1 to 2 hours before I actually receive my first order anyway. So there was really no need for me to just kind of sit around and wait for an Instacart order. So I was doing Uber Eats. I received one order, which I'm going to put on the screen. I didn't like it. It wasn't that bad. It was, I think, $7 from Instacart, $2 and some change from the tip. But what happened? My baby's sleepy too. But it just wasn't appealing to me. You know what I mean? I've said this to you guys before, with the amount of time that it takes for you to actually complete, well, for me to complete an actual Instacart order, I just wasn't getting ready to take an hour out of my time when I could be utilizing that hour to complete more trips with Uber Eats to do something that's only going to give me $9. So, you know what I mean? I decided to let that one fall by the riverside and keep it pushing. So then I got another order which was similar, and I actually accepted this batch. It was, I didn't take a picture of it, but it was around the same amount, but it had way less items. It was like $9 and some change altogether. $7 of that was coming from Instacart, $2 and I think 50 or 60 cents was coming from customer tip, but it was only 3 items, and I think 2 of those were 2 bunches of scallions, and I think the other one was, what was it? I think a small bottle of liquor or something. I couldn't really tell, but it was only 3 items, and I actually had accepted it. But right when I accepted it, I noticed that the order started flooding in with Uber Eats. So after I accepted it, I had to contact Instacart and have them to remove it and tell them I had a family emergency or whatever, because it just, to me, like I said, even though it was only 3 items and it probably would have been really, really quick, the distance that I had to travel, and at the same time, I was on my way dropping off an Uber Eats order when this Instacart order came in. So I'm on my way dropping off an Uber Eats order. Another Uber Eats order comes in, and this one is going to take me all the way back in the other direction. So I just kind of wanted to stay on the Uber Eats bandwagon, so I had to remove that one from my account. So then it slowed down with Uber Eats, and I get an order. Actually, I started heading to this grocery store, El Super, because I needed to get some candles for my spiritual altars, and I get a batch. from the store that I'm going to purchase my candles. Extremely convenient. I'm going to pop that on the screen. It's not showing up in my dashboard right now, and I didn't take a picture of it when it came up because I wanted to just go ahead and do the shop. I think it was like 11 items, 11 units, maybe 12 or 15 items, but everything was really, really easy. It was like 3 bottles of soda, some limes, some cucumbers, a little bag of Takis. Everything was really, really, really simple. And I'm familiar with the layout of this store, so I just said, you know what, it was only $11, and there was no tip. Now, I've kind of been going back and forth with the no tip thing, because I feel like at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how big or small the order is, the customer should be given a tip. It doesn't matter if it's 3 items. We're providing a service. We're going to the store. You know what I mean? Just show your gratitude. It could be $1. I mean, of course, we wish it was more than that. But when we're wasting our gas, because in the end, we're still losing out more than what you're giving us, is what I'm trying to say. I know that they have their fees that they have to pay Instacart, but that's completely separate from the fact that Instacart is not paying us for our gas, wear and tear on our car. You guys know the whole drill of that, so I don't need to get too far into that. But anyways, so I went on ahead and I accepted it. Thankfully, you know, I was nervous. I said, oh crap, because this store is usually extremely busy, especially on the weekends. So after I had accepted it, I'm like, oh God. And then I had my kids with me, so it was just like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, but I went on ahead, you know what I mean? Sometimes you just got to leave things up to God. And I was just like, you know what? It's so quick. I don't think that there'll be anybody in this particular store that's undercover for Instacart. I mean, you never know. So I'm not going to tell anybody to take that chance, because you never know. But I just didn't get the feeling. I went with my gut instinct, I guess you could say. I didn't think that there would be anybody in this store searching for people who bring their kids. So I went on ahead and I completed the batch and dropped it off on time and stayed on shift. My shift was from 11 a.m. till 3. It's about 1:30 right now. I haven't received any more orders after that. So I went on ahead and accepted the turtle. They allowed me to end my shift without the consequence of receiving a reliability incident. So I went on ahead and accepted that and ended my shift. So, I mean, considering the 2 orders that I didn't take, I would have made $29 with Instacart for what, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4 hours. That's less than $10 an hour, which to me is not worth it. In the end, for a shorter period of time, I ended up making some money with Uber Eats on top of making some money with Instacart. So with the 2 of them combined, I actually ended up making more, and I'm still going back out there to do Uber Eats later on tonight. So I just wanted to chime in with you guys and let you know what happened today. Nothing too exciting. Like I said, it's pretty slow, even though the heat map is lit up with red dots all over it. The area that I'm in, those red dots have kind of dispersed. And I know I've said to you guys before, the heat maps are not really in real time. That just means that that was a place where someone had recently made an order from, but there could be other shoppers already in that area that are taking care of the demand in that area. So I'm only saying that because I know, even though I'm getting ready, I want to see what it's like to actually put your time and effort into chasing zones or chasing these hot spots. Because let me say something, and this is kind of off the subject of Instacart and on Uber Eats, but a woman had stopped me yesterday, and she was doing Uber Eats, and she talked to me. She said she had been doing it for about the same amount of time as I have been doing Uber Eats, which is about 5 to 6 months or whatever. But she said that in one day, on a Sunday, she made $220. I've never made that much in one day, not with any of these doggone platforms. She also said that in just working Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, she's made over $400 in just those 3 days with Uber Eats. And so I asked her, I said, well, what are you doing differently? Do you work in this area? Like, what's, but she said, well, you got to go where the promotions are. So if it says the boost, if it says 1.1 times boost, you need to drive to those areas. And a lot of times I don't do that because some of those areas are like I don't know, it's a lot of mileage. It's like 30 something miles away from me, and I really don't want to drive that far. I mean, I'm willing to travel, but come on now, 30 miles. You know, with kids, I like to be no more than, can you stop sounding like you have to push out a bowel movement back there? What you want? What's happening? You ain't even got nothing to say. Huh? Huh? Sleepy? Night-night? Okay, anyways, you guys, like I was saying, I like to be no more than about 30 minutes with traffic away from my children, so that way in the event of an emergency, it won't take no more than 30 minutes to get to them. So trying to travel, especially LA traffic, is horrible. For those of you who live anywhere near out here, you know some freeways, traffic starts around 1 p.m. So if you won't get back to your side of the town before a certain time, you stuck. And that you know what I'm saying? Parking lot traffic is what I call it, because you can literally get out and walk faster than the cars are moving. I can't sit in that. I can't, and it just gives me so much anxiety. So I'm gonna end on that note, you guys. I just wanted to come in and let you guys know that I successfully completed an Instacart shift today. It's been a minute, you know. Thankfully, I started myself out with something real simple and easy. Take him out. Stop beating up your sister. But yeah, I started out with something real simple and easy. It seems like it's pretty much the same. I know a couple of you guys have chimed in and said that it slowed down where you are, and so you're also doing food delivery apps like DoorDash and Uber Eats and stuff of that nature. And I know for some of you, it's just popping with on demand in your area, and you're making pretty good money. So again, I know that I'm kind of restricted right now because of the situation with my kids, which is another reason why I wanted to make this, because I know there are so many people out there that are constantly asking themselves, how I'm gonna do this? I got kids, I got responsibilities, I got this, I got the third. You know, at the end of the day, you gonna do what you gotta do to make that money. You gonna do it. You gonna figure out a way. It's very rare that I'm in this car by myself when I'm out here doing Uber Eats. It don't matter what it is. Instacart is very rare. I always have children with me. As you can hear, he gets fussy. He's yelling. He's screaming in the background, making all kinds of noise, you know, giving me a headache and this and that and the third. But I got to do what I have to do. So for those of you who have similar situations like me, I'm just going to continue to encourage you to stay optimistic. Take it one day at a time. That's all you can do, is put one foot in front of the other and just see where the path takes you. You know what I mean? If you don't have help, you got your own two hands, you got your own 2 feet. You will make it happen. Because like I said, I have been doing this since he is about to be 2 years old. So he was much younger, and it was a little bit easier when he was younger because he wasn't as I wouldn't say attentive, but he wasn't as active. You know what I mean? Now that he's active and he's figuring out the body mechanics and all that, you know, it makes it a lot difficult for me to even go out here and do just 2 hours of Instacart and Uber Eats shopping. But I'm going to end on learn to live, love, elevate, and I'll definitely see you guys in the next video.